we'll start, let's see. Ms. Murray, can we start with you?
Sure. One thing I want to clear up, I meant to say amendments to the Constitution, not articles of the Confederation. So sorry for that mistake. My daughter would have, So anyway. Okay. Well, I have spent my entire adult life as an advocate for Washington County Public Schools. And so after my retirement, I chose to run for the Board of Education. I want you to vote for me because I care about the students of Washington County and promise to work alongside Dr. Wilcox and the other elected board members to continue to keep our public school system great. I'll be open to ideas from all holders, excuse me. My mouth is very dry. Vote for me because not only will I be a good steward of your child's education, but also a good steward of the taxpayers' money. Thank you.
Ms. Williams?
Yes, thank you. Serving on your school board these past 4 years has been a privilege and a great responsibility, a responsibility that I've not taken lightly. I believe wholeheartedly in public education, and I've dedicated my life's work to children and their learning. Those of you who know me recognize that I have common sense, I'm reasonable, I'm approachable, I'm hardworking, committed, and ethical. And when I undertake something, I do so with the intent to give my all and to do the job right. I'm seeking re-election because I believe that I have a great deal to bring to the table at a time when public education in Washington County faces many challenges. Each and every child in our school system deserves the best, and I'm prepared to stand up for each and every one, to see that every student is prepared for the world in which he or she will live. I want to see that each student has the best possible teachers, curriculum, learning environment, and community support. I want them to learn, to experience success, and to continue to want to learn throughout their life. Nothing I advocate for is for personal benefit. We all benefit from educating our children well. I'm running for re-election to your school board, and should I be re-elected, I'll continue to listen and work for you.
Mr. Bickford?
My favorite question, because not really my favorite question, because you have to talk about yourself, but I think one of the reasons that I'd like you to vote for me is because I'm passionate about our school system. Growing up in the school system, I found out that I got a very good education. I was very well prepared for college, and yet to come back, move back to the area and see the improvements that the school system has made. And now it's something you can brag about in the state. Washington County has a school system where children have iPads. Washington County has a school system where children can follow their passions. These are things that excite me. It's one of the reasons why I gladly joined the Barbara Ingram Foundation before the school was opening and helped to co-chair with Angie Youngblood in the audience the Take Flight campaign, which raised money. And it's one of the reasons why you see the butterflies and the hot air balloons still around the county. That was to kick off the Barbara Ingram School for the Arts. So I'm passionate about our local school system. I want to continue to see it on a positive path, and so I do hope you vote for me.
Okay, Mr. Martin?
I'm excited to be able to serve in this role. I've had the opportunity of being a community servant my entire career, and I've enjoyed it. I enjoy staying engaged in the community, and while I'm enjoying the flexibility retirement gives me in scheduling and spending time at the beach in the summer, I still like living in Hagerstown. It's a great community, and we're so fortunate to have wonderful amenities here. Our school system is probably one of the most important institutions that we have in our community because it determines our children's future. We have exciting times ahead of us. 5 years ago, none of us would be carrying these things around, and technology is going to continue to evolve and change. We've got self-driving cars, artificial intelligence. We're going to a knowledge-based society, and we need to prepare our kids for that 21st century environment. And I'm looking forward to helping to facilitate, with the background of finance and numbers knowledge, getting things done and moving our system in a new direction.
Thank you. Mr. Ridenhour?
I apologize before I start, if you don't mind. This is the same thing I said this morning. But it's been my privilege to serve the citizens of Washington County for the last 12 years. I take this responsibility seriously. I've only missed one meeting in those 12 years. I come prepared for the meetings. I request information ahead of time and ask questions during meetings that allows me to make informed decisions, which would be in the best interest of our kids. During these 12 years, I believe great things have happened. I believe they've made our children's educational experience one with which we can all be proud. While I'm certain that not every decision I made has been popular, I ask that you look at the totality of what has occurred in those 12 years. We're entering a time where change is upon us at the blink of an eye, so let's keep moving forward. I'd like to have a hand in making the transition as seamless as possible for our students.
Mr. Stauffer?
I want to thank you for being here tonight again, and why should you vote for me for the Washington County Board of Education? I'm hardworking. When I take on a task, I work long hours at it. As a coach, as a teacher, I spent many hours writing lesson plans, checking tests, doing everything. But we have a good school system, but like everything out there, there's room for improvement. So I want to make sure that the educational budget and the money is going where it's supposed to. I want to make sure that even though we have a technology program, that we ought never forget that technology can never replace the role of a competent and caring teacher in the classroom. A computer, an iPad can't talk back to you and answer your questions and so forth. Educational change is coming, but I want to make sure that educational change is preceded by proper planning so that it's implemented properly and so forth. I want to, last but not least, restore civility, integrity, and transparency to the elected Washington County Board of Education. And I think I can do that. I'll say this, Wayne, I hope you don't get mad. Wayne and I have had our differences through the years, but we talk and
Okay,
so
time,
forth.
sorry, thank you. Ms. Brightman?
Thought I would have forgotten.
No.
I promised to tell a story, so I'm going to try to do that Peter started. The story is that a couple years ago, Instagram was bought by Facebook for $2.6 billion. How many employees did Instagram have when they were sold for $2.6 billion? 20 employees. The same week that purchase happened, Eastman Kodak, same basic product. Anyone here remember Eastman Kodak? They went out of business. At their height, how many employees do you think they have? 120,000. What you're hearing is Eastman Kodak is 20th century, Instagram is 21st century. And this county needs to give a 21st century opportunity to each and every, all of our children, no matter their background, no matter their financial, socioeconomic situation. That's why I want to continue to serve on the board.
Thank you. Thank you to the candidates. And as we started out, many of you know this is their third forum for most of them today, so I'm sure it's been a very long day. We want to thank again the library and AAUW for their support.